All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Chihayafuru, Season 1, Episode 7. Kana. All right. She's here. She's in the club.
She's nerdy. She's fun. Yep. She's excited.
Always right with the world.
And we had a good trade agreement. Yes, I will give you modeling, free work, and you will join our club.
Exactly.
I see this as an absolute win.
Yep. This is kind of the perfect club member. You really couldn't have asked for anyone better, unless you're talking about, maybe a bespectacled person that you have personal history with.
Exactly.
But this is just one person. Maybe find someone else as well.
Right.
Round out the team.
So we're going to press the button we know how to press over and over again. Chihaya, use passion. Use unrelenting passion. I'm a genius.
Use tackle and subjugate and drag
dominate
to club
with
room.
Passion. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Taichi's like, what blushing? What? I don't want that. No. Don't do that in front of me to other people that aren't me.
I need to be convinced to really be passionate in the club too. Yeah.
Taichi's the one getting the raw end of the deal because, she just expects him to be there. In fact, she kind of just got upset generally by him being like, wait, you're not gonna just...
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
But
good luck.
I mean, this is a friendly dynamic though. We've got three.
Yeah.
Arata's kind of in spirit there, right? Chihaya like channeling him, like
we can have
resident
someone...
spirit, of the arena.
Right. We can have someone read the poems out now when they practice if they want to do that.
That's
true.
Upgrades.
Yeah.
But a fourth that's probably going to be relatively normal would be nice too, because you might not be able to be that picky and get people who are really obsessed with karuta, but you might need to grab the people that are like, I don't have a club,
Yeah, exactly.
And they need to have one to like...
I just need friends.
Just to have people to hang out with. Exactly.
Right. Uh-huh.
That's where we need to go. We need to go to the occult room and like poach the heck out of the remaining 3 people that are there. And they're like... we better not get inspected, otherwise they'll know there's not 5 of us.
Listen, we just need members, all right?
Right.
Just sign on the dotted line.
What they'll do is they'll both be members of each other's club. Oh, big brain think. Yeah. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay. Dang! Understanding them has gotten her, like, way
faster.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say your shoulders would get sore, like, big time.
God, just the idea of doing that for
an
hour. A whole day. Like...
Wow.
Almost before the syllable was even done.
Okay. Poor man. Oh.
She was still faster.
It was on her side though, so that was when she did have the advantage on. Yeah. She was just closer to it physically.
You also didn't like dive for it or anything.
Yeah, she does seem to want it a little bit more just in general. So her output is a little bit faster. But again, that was one literally in her corner.
Yep.
Although she seems to be right-handed.
I believe so.
Do they alternate hands as far as like which ones they're swiping with?
I'm guessing they probably do.
Because you would be naturally way slower with your offhand.
Oh, yeah. Well, and also, like, the difference between this motion versus this motion, like, I feel like this motion's going to be way faster.
Yeah, you always want to break away because of the way your shoulder works.
Right. It's the, like, you've got the back muscles to help with that and everything. Like.
Right. So you would engage everything back here.
Right.
Whereas with this,
you're just
sort of locked here.
You're sort of pulling it, yeah.
Well, you would be based on how strong you can basically get the explosive movement here with these muscles. So, yeah, you would not get nearly as much speed. So I would almost think you would either go an ambidextrous style or...
I feel like you'd need to, because some of them would just be so far away from one hand that it wouldn't make sense, you know?
Uh-huh.
そうか、あそこで送るべきだったのは道で。
大丈夫。
That's normal.
Just out.
Like Gandalf, just sleeping with
Yeah.
their eyes open.
漢字って何ですか？
Yeah, 'cause she doesn't understand the sport.
読みへの反応速度のこと。一番大事な才能って言われてるんだ。
Right, how well they listen.
これはもう生まれつきでさ。俺にはその才能はなく。
すごい。うちの袴を着てクイーン星に出るのも夢じゃないですか。
Yeah,
sure.
actually, kinda, yeah.
これなんかどうですか？それともこっちの紫の。
Trying to pick out her Hakama already.
Yeah, she might never make it to nationals. Like,
千早と俺じゃ。
She did
Just-
great getting to Class A.
she just reached like the bottom of probably, you know, Class A. And Class A is probably where all the national level players are.
Right.
千早の練習相手があなただったな。千早は。
I also wonder if on some of them you'd be like pushing with your offhand to help like sort of propel your whole body towards the card.
忘れてた。
Oh, what?
私ちょっとスカウト活動してくるよ。
Ah, right. She still needs to get new members.
Budgeted time, you know, for
Right.
for people.
足間太一に次ぐ学年2位の秀才、同じクラスの机くん。
Desk Tomu.
Wait. Is that actually their name?
No, that is a nickname about like how well they are at like being
Sitting
like,
at a desk.
like the desk, you know.
That is their domain expansion.
Right. Ah,
I shall bribe with food.
yes. I can get them through the door at least.
認められません。あと2人。
Two. Ooh.
Wouldn't you like a way to be cool with your intelligence?
Sure. Get someone smart because they'll be good at learning and memorizing.
Yeah. Yeah.
え、いうか、チェリービーンズに似てる。
These assholes.
学校は好きじゃない。
I wonder why.
差別が得意なバカばっかりだから。
Left-handed.
Wait,
でも勉強は好きだ。
did he
僕が
also
頑張ればクラスの
like make a pun?
あんだけ机にかじりついても2位なんだよ。ねえ、1組の真島くんってすごくない？全然ガリ勉じゃないのに1回。
No, he studies.
He just doesn't want it to look like he studies.
あ、いや、綾瀬千早です。今野くんを
Would you like to beat
Ah.
Taichi at something too?
Sure.
これ賄賂ね。
Yes. Direct bribe. Wait, she is an attractive lady. What? What?
ねえ、駒野くんって学年2位なんだよね。
Use his actual name.
Yeah.
正式な部に一歩近づくの。経験なくても大歓迎だよ。
Please join.
意味わかんないんだけど。
カルタっていうのは100人
No,
No,
no, no,
not
no,
that.
no.
Why are you coming to me?
それ。アルタやったら1位になれんの。
Well, actually,
プロとかないよね。僕の勉強の役に立つの。何かメリットあんの。
Actually, it will help with your studies.
wait, are there professional karuta players?
つべこべ言わず。一回やれ。
He holds on to his desk the whole
Right.
way through. Not his notes or anything. That was hilarious.
競技線の幅は87センチ。こんな
Okay.
感じで肘を支点に
Just
して
under
測っ
3 feet.
て87センチになるか覚えておくんだ。
I kidnapped him.
ねえ、2人とも。こいつに教えてやろうよ。
Ah!
カルタの勝負の。
確かカルタ部って人が足りてないんだったな。単なる人数合わせじゃないか。他を当たれよ。
違うよ。誰でもいいなんて思ってないよ。とにかく一回
I want all the smartest people here. I've already got Taichi, so you're next. Yeah.
Right.
頭良くなりたいんだよね。カルタは本当に頭脳戦
It
なの。
is.
まずは札の
It's kind of
配
like
置は
chess in that regard.
いや、3分で覚えるよ。お勉強の役に立つこと間違いなし。
Not a bad argument.
嘘つけ。
それ基本だもん。とにかく一回やってみせるから。
おいちょっと。大体なんで僕が。
太一やるよ。
Taichi? Wait.
Wait a minute. I know that name.
Ah, he had never seen him because he's never left his desk except to go to the bathroom. So he's heard
Right.
the name, but he doesn't know that's
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Right, right.
This asshole.
月齢講座毎回1位の。
Yeah, I could be competitive with him.
暗記は基本なんだろう。 カルタやるやつの記憶力が本当にすごいなら全部裏返してやってみてよ。
これ神経衰弱じゃない移動とかもあるし無理だよ。
やっぱりね、どいてできないんだ。そ
Dang.
んなら大したことないね。さようなら。
なんだあのムカつくチンチクリンは。
だって太一がカルタは頭がいいやつ。
頭がいい。
Wait.
でも俺裏返しカルタなんか
でもあーまで言われて弾けない。
Yeah,
Wait.
じゃあここは私が。
大江さんはいいから。
yeah. She saw an honorable sacrifice.
Right.
She's like, I will fall upon my sword,
いいの太一。
like the ancients did.
札払ったら
Indeed.
分かんなくなるから。
これ綿の腹こっちは
It's so crazy.
我が友愛。
Yeah, if you assign them packets where you connect them together, you effectively can divide the number of things that you're memorizing by a
Right.
fraction.
裏返して
So,
ください。
Yeah. Yeah, you're remembering, 8 things and then
裏返しのカルタなんかできるわけない。
6 things.
and then also you can look at this and go, what are the ones that I want to win? And then you don't
Sure.
memorize all of them. You just memorize enough to be able to beat
Right.
the other person and take more cards.
Right, I know I'll be able to beat this person in speed on this one, so I need to know where it is.
Right, right.
何言わずに咲くやこの花何わえの足の
身を尽くしてや。合ってます。
音に聞く高しの
掛け字や袖の。
Yep. Getting the right ones. A little bit slower, but
記憶が新しい。裏返してもある程度は取れる。送り札が増える後半。どれ
right.
だけ集中していられるかな。
我が世は都の辰巳
合ってます。悔しいな。あそこ覚えてたのに。
いつものキレがない。いつも曖昧な記憶の仕方しているから勝てるかもしれない。
Yeah, this time
千早に
you can see it.
あそこにハルス
You
で
gonna get competitive now?
滝で誰で。
札動かします。
Now he's starting to play mean.
それって
Whoa.
山里は背負わ
There was another time that someone tried to play off of pure
Right.
memory.
いつもの練習してくれてる太一じゃない。
Now he's looming and terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is also showing that Taichi is actually intelligent. Like,
Right.
he does have, intense memorization skills.
He's got a good head on his
Because
shoulders.
even if he doesn't study much, he studies enough to be able to memorize the stuff and
Right.
do well on tests.
晴れても末に合わんからちぎりをきしさせも
かっこいいて。後半になっても札の位置を正確に覚えてる。
泡でこの世
Is the guy you should try to beat, huh? Tomu?
俺は名人目指しているわけじゃないから勝てなくてもいいんだけど。勝てなくてもいいんだけど。
But when it's possible for you to win,
Yeah.
そんなわけあるか。千早。目の前にいるのは俺
Yep.
だ。
I'm here.
yep,
Look at me. Look at me as I beat you.
yeah.
And that's enough, right? See, it doesn't matter how many she does.
ありがとうございました。
Wow.
ありがとうございました。
Oh.
She really,
悔しい。
Yeah.
俺の勝ち。
He's like, wait a minute. That was kind of amazing. Yeah, you're gonna have to go get him, Taichi.
yeah.
あんな勝負させといて黙って帰んのかよ。名前なんだっけ。
なんであんなやつがいるんだろ
Right.
あ、おい。
Has the time to be good at this.
Yeah.
Has friends and all
talent,
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also,
超完璧じゃん。
ありがとね、つくえくん。
Damn.
テストも1位取ってね。
う。1位になるんだ。1位になったって
they
あ
won't
の輪の
care.
中には入れない。
ちょっとでも興味があるならカルタ部入らねえか。
できるわけないよ、カルタなんか。僕はお前とは違う。僕は勉強し机しか居場所がないんだよ。
勝てるものだけ勝負しなさい。
青春全部かけたってあなたより強くはなれない。
What?
Yep.
カルタの才能なんて俺だって持ってね
Yeah, I grinded.
Yep.
えってんだ。
Yeah.
負けるけどやってんだ。
That was the first time I've won in like years.
どんだけ嬉しいか。なんだ俺、仲間にするならカルタの天才より畳の上で努力し続けられるやつがいい。
You'd like to have your efforts be rewarded, wouldn't
何
you?
言ってんだ。
Yeah.
畳とかカルタとか。ああ、僕の机。
Yeah, you scuffed it up properly.
悪かったな。
Yeah.
きついけどやってんだ。
Bro, he just said that.
Yeah, that's a bit much. Like, hell. Doesn't even put it back.
No.
I like how that one was something where it was growth for the both of them.
Yeah, it was something that was a bit of a catharsis thing also for Taichi, but to have someone almost mock the effort that took him to get here, where he actually,
Right.
because of the disadvantage they were put through, finally was able to beat
Yep.
Chihaya. So then him saying like, oh, this is just talent. Bro, you
Yeah.
want to know the talented guy? He left.
Yeah.
He abandoned this
I'm
whole
the
thing.
second choice.
Like, obviously he had things that, extenuating circumstances, all that,
Oh,
but
yeah,
he
yeah.
did quit.
Right.
Like, effectively.
Yep.
Nah. Like, and even then, he's not talented either. He's just someone who grew up in that environment.
Right.
And if anything, he was almost forced into the karuta lifestyle. Not like
Sure.
literally, but
Right,
by
but
just being inundated in it.
Right.
What else was he going to choose?
Yep.
Wasn't going to choose baseball randomly, Like, all right, fourth member
Okay.
unlocked and
Yep.
achieved through brute force. Chihaya dragged his ass over to the club.
Along with his desk.
I love the silliness of this episode, transitioning into the more serious stuff that was more centered around Taichi than anyone else.
Which I appreciate. That was nice.
Yeah, because Taichi is a character that should get a decent amount of time, given that Arata's not around.
Right.
He's going to be carrying the lion's share of the Chihaya interactions. But Chihaya doesn't have what I would call the creativity in order to go and recruit people. She has kind of the selfish bludgeoning tool. Everything is a nail and I am a hammer.
Right.
Kind of approach to things.
Yep.
So the fact that he, of course, watches the match, it's I don't want to
Yeah.
like have to deal with this anymore, so I'll let them do their thing, and then at the end I'll just say no, bye, thank you. All
Right, exactly.
And
Have a
they'll
nice
ignore
day.
me. But he brings up a complaint that you guys aren't actually that skilled. You guys aren't actually doing anything that impressive. You should flip the cards over. And the
Which is
idea that
great.
Taichi then is able to win this way, showing that, yes, he is deserving of the intelligent, number one spot in the grade,
Yep.
makes sense. But Tsutomu interprets that as, that's because he's talented. That's because he just
Right.
kind of gets things to work out.
He
for him
has
super
everything
well.
that I don't. He's able to do, anything you can do, I can do better, basically, right? He does it better. He has the number one spot, and no matter what I do, I can't get it. Oh, and hey, he also has all of these other things.
Right.
That I don't think I'll ever be able to get. Like, not even close.
Yeah, and it's fun that we're bringing up already, or kind of again, if you will, the talent versus hard work debate here, because in a lot of ways, this is a game where environmental advantages would absolutely play a part, but it's way less of one compared to physical sports. This is
Yes.
a mental sport,
Right.
where in a lot of ways, most of your mental stuff is going to be with how you were treated as a child. Like, were you allowed to keep a hold of that genius that you were born with by being basically an infant?
Right. It's the thing of like, okay, well, if you start chess after 10 years old, sorry, you're not going to be able to keep up with the people that have been doing it since they were 4.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, in that sense, it's you have no hope. They have a talent essentially because their brains were allowed to, or, you know,
were
encouraged to develop in that particular direction. You know?
Now, is that talent or is that hard work? I would say that's an environmental advantage, so it is kind of a talent, but it is one of those things where it's not strictly talent. It's talent was then applied. And so, therefore, that's the case. Now, both of these people, both Chihaya and Taichi, were not in that situation. That's Arata. Right. Arata was the one that grew up in the environment of this sport.
And that's why don't ever vote yourself off the table off the island, because you never actually know what really happened in the past, and all you have is now. Right? In the same way that, you know, Taichi's like, I'm never going to beat Arata. Well, guess what? You theoretically could have if you had done the same thing that Chihaya did, because she just got to the level that he was at when he quit.
Yep.
Right? And so, you know, for this kid here, is it possible that, you know, Taichi is just naturally gifted at everything? Yeah, that's possible.
It's possible.
But, you know, you never actually know, and so what are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
and
his parents pushed him into the environment of don't ever fail, meaning go after the things that you will naturally be talented in.
And so this person that you hate so much, Tsutomu, actually could theoretically be one of your closest friends, because you have a whole lot in common.
A lot in
common. If you know, were able to actually get past all the surface stuff that maybe would make you not get along.
And this is a fun part that I hope they get into a little bit in the idea of a sport dynamic where rivals actually encourage each other to get better.
Sure.
Is that when you're playing a sport or playing in any kind of competitive match with, like, you know, not just a one-on-one dynamic, but there's a whole bunch of people out there competing. It's actually really helpful to go and look at another person that seems to be kind of in your bracket and use them as a measuring stick to know when you're getting better or worse, basically. You should also be looking at yourself, but if you don't have the capacity to just do that and be satisfied with that, you can look at another and go, yeah, okay, cool, I am growing, I am doing better, or... Yeah, because you can't really tell whether they're doing worse or what have you.
Yeah,
they've been playing with them a lot.
Right, and that's the part where the rivalry is really helpful, because even if you stay around the same relative to them, if they're also improving, then hey, good job. You know, at some point, both of you will look behind and be like, oh wow, we've gotten a lot better. Yeah, exactly.
And so that's really exciting. Given that he's already been competing with the guy, never even knew who he was, really.
Nope.
Just like, oh, that's the name of the person that's in front of me.
Right.
Cool. So I'm doing this as being like I'm the hero of this class. I'm the guardian deity.
Yeah.
I'm going all out, you know, rolling thunder here. Gonna be putting my all out to help elevate the class. No respect, no recognition, nothing but ridicule. In fact, if anything, you probably are getting negative response by the way that you're applying yourself here.
Oh,
more
sure.
than positive.
Yep.
If you were more or less... if you were less of an outlier in that regard,
you'd probably be more accepted.
Sure. This is a shitty thing about humans, is that there's this thing called tall poppy syndrome, which is basically once you start to do something exceptional or something that is a bit out of the ordinary, but it's not something that's like just going to make people go like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable because you're doing something different. They'll grab you and pull you back down. It's crabs in a bucket and everything.
Yeah. You're kind of potentially making them look bad, right, by being so studious and all that stuff.
Or by just being close to you, just in general,
Right, and so it's the thing that maybe we're clearly not doing as much as you, not studying as much as you, we're going to make fun of you for that, right? The thing that you're doing that is admirable, right? Maybe you could, you know, work on having some balance and all that stuff, and, you know, sure, maybe, but... Yeah, it is impressive that you're doing that. And so, yeah, maybe there are some other areas where you'd be able to apply that, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a zero-sum game.
No. Life is, in some ways, impossible to be entirely a zero-sum game. Because most of the stuff that you're doing does have some innate benefit to you.
Sure.
Like, there are some things that, yes, you're right. There are some things that just have no benefit to you.
Yeah.
You could eat excessive amounts of candy, and that would be impressive, but it would have no real benefit to
Right.
you. I don't know. Maybe there's some food eating competitions or what have you.
Right, exactly. You get that slight, emotional high benefit of the sugar, but then very quickly that becomes a negative when you have too much sugar.
But you have to look really far and hard to go into the true zero-sum game kind of things like that.
Well, and that's where the whole thing of the life is what you make of it comes into play with the growth that both the characters have, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the, yes, karuta would probably be very helpful for your studying.
Oh, yeah.
Not just in the skills that it helps you develop,
Sure.
but it's also just a break. It's working your brain in a different way, right? The fact that you've been spending all your time studying and Taichi hasn't been, and he's doing better than you. Is it maybe because
Maybe you
he's
need to change
better
something
at studying?
a little
But
bit.
that might be that you need to work smarter, not harder. It might be something where those extra hours where you're actually just kind of stressing out aren't really, there's diminishing returns somewhere along the way, and you need to figure out where that is.
And even if it's not doing karuta, you could find this Taichi person and be like, hey, what's your secret?
Yeah, what's your study routine?
Yeah. I need to learn from
You
you.
use flashcards, or are you just really good at cramming? Like, what's the deal?
This is actually the part that I just really love. And I love that in some ways anime kind of doesn't approach this problem like directly.
Okay.
There's so much pride in like Japanese culture, even put into the ways in which these young kids are interacting.
Sure.
But the idea that they don't just go and ask the person who's winning and being like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, people don't seem to do that. But that's literally a thing that most people who are at the top in that regard are like, oh, yeah, I'm just doing this.
Right.
And you go like, oh, it's so simple.
Right. Big surprise. The people who seem like they know the most are really good at learning because that's how they got to the point of knowing the most.
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
And so you're not going to stop that just because you are very high up there, right?
Right.
There might be something that someone else knows that you don't.
There definitely is something that someone else knows that you don't. There's always something someone else knows that you don't.
Right.
But specifically in your field or in your area of expertise, yeah, most likely there is.
Right. And so are you going to be a fantastic karuta player right out the gate? No, probably not.
No.
Are you going to potentially bring something of real benefit to this team? Absolutely.
Yep.
Right? Just this exercise here showcases that, one, Chihaya needs to work on her memorization.
Sure.
But two, that's something where they have their different strengths and can help each other, right? It doesn't just have to be, okay, Chihaya is the best person here, and so we all just need to be like Chihaya, right?
Right. In a lot of ways, Chihaya is too single-minded and stubborn in that regard to kind of see that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's fun because if you take a hobby, a passion, or just a side project even, and use it as a way to break up the monotony of whatever you were grinding on before, your brain literally, I think releases, I don't remember what the chemicals are specifically, but it literally releases some chemicals with regards to doing that because you will just literally burn yourself out grinding a thing over and over again without any breaks.
Well, and that makes sense because, if the brain is okay, it's not actually a muscle, I don't think, but okay, specific, if thoughts are specific combinations of neuron synapses, right?
Right.
Then it would make sense that if you keep doing the same thing over and over, that part of your brain would get tired, right? That it's
you'd probably get really efficient at it over time, but then eventually, you'd be like, I
need to give that part of my brain, we say this in shorthand, right? As turns of phrase, but no, maybe also in a literal way, you need to give that part of your brain a rest and do something else,
Yeah, we need to sleep, so therefore the same logic would apply in a lesser degree with regards to things in between sleep and high output,
Right, well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy, I know. It's so mind-blowing, but
going back to the basics is really helpful.
In a lot of ways, that's probably the part that makes Taichi so good at this, is that he seems to be pretty stick-to-basics kind of a person as well. We don't see him with any super unique techniques or anything like that.
Right. Clearly, even if it's something where he just keeps the studying a secret from people so that you can maintain the air of the aloof, cool guy.
Which he definitely is on some level with karuta. He's
absolutely.
very passionate about it.
Right, yeah. But it's still something where he'd have it under control enough, right? Have a good enough handle on it that he's able to have the balance where he can do that.
Yeah.
Even if it means he's cramming a lot, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Good stuff.
All right.
We have a fourth member. We only need one more now. So, if Arata does come back, great. And if not, then, we need a fifth character.
Yeah, I think we need a fifth character, and I think we're due for, in my opinion, this is where we get the weird character. This is where we get the person that just does not have any,
Like the Tanaka, Haikyuu team equivalent?
No, I'm talking, goofy weird.
Okay.
We're talking a Psyche K character.
No, oi, no, oi, no, oi.
Maybe not that ridiculous, but somewhere.
What are
along
you talking
those
about?
lines.
He's one of the most normal characters in Psyche K.
Someone that needs to unleash the power in their left hand.
Yes, exactly. Oh
I don't know. I'm just trying to think up
Yeah.
what would the fifth character in a show like this be? Given that we went for now the smart, studious archetype, we went for the
kind of the nerd archetype.
Well, the role-playing, I would say, archetype.
Sure.
In that she very much embodies that spirit and wants to not just...
I am the poetry.
She wants to channel that level of poetry and stuff.
Method.
Yeah, method acting, yeah, exactly. Then we have the Genki character.
Right.
And then we have the hot character, basically.
Right. And then we have the...
the childhood, dark horse
the
transfer.
childhood best friend.
Mysterious transfer student.
Dark-haired, best at everything, and will always be the best at everything.
Right, now we need our bleached hair, crazed, animal right now.
Sure.
Right?
I like it.
That's what we're missing right now.
Just a feral little...
We need a different kind of loud that's not Chihaya,
Right.
Because we've got 4 quiet characters.
Okay, that would actually
now.
be kind of amazing. Imagine, not Chihaya. She's having trouble finding somebody. And Taichi or, someone else finds somebody and they're like, all right, this person will be perfect for the Karuta Club. And Chihaya's like, oh, but they're so annoying and loud. And, and
all they just stare,
What?
Excuse me.
Say that again.
They're much quieter than someone I know. And I wonder who that could be.
I just can't stand that person.
Chihaya.
Yeah, right.
But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.